Hi, I'm Jim Surace. This is the Grind Spiritual Sunday. Today's message is on the ripple effect of forgiveness. Forgiveness. Our ability to forgive those who have offended us, abused us, or otherwise hurt us. How important is that in God's eyes, in His economy? My personal opinion is that it is one of the most important things on His heart, on His mind, is our ability to forgive. Now understand, forgive does not mean condone. If someone has abused you or offended you or hurt you, and I'm not speaking about condoning what they did or subjecting yourself to more abuse or more hurt or more offenses. What I'm saying is that we can only own what we do. To own what somebody else has done to you is brought about by unforgiveness. Never hold on to anybody who's done wrong to you, because it has a negative effect, not necessarily on them, although it does, but on you, because you're holding that abuse, that offense, that hurt to you and reliving it over and over and over again. When you choose to forgive, you release yourself from the prison of unforgiveness, which has definite damaging results in your life. When you forgive someone, you get it off of you. They own it. You don't condone it. It's just that you're giving it to them to own. When Jesus, from the Thursday when he was arrested some 2,000 years ago, and the Friday when he was murdered by a torturous death on the cross, many abusive things happened to them. They mocked him. They spat upon him. They pounded thorns into his head. They whipped him till he bled. And after all of that, he took a walk of shame as people were shouting and cursing him on a path to Golgotha, where he was to be hung on the cross. The soldiers put nails in his hands and his feet and then hung him there. And while he hung there, mocked him. And here's a man that did nothing wrong. He healed the blind eyes see, deaf ears hear, crippled people walk, dead came back to life. Jesus taught about love and the Father's heart for the people. He came to serve the people, not to lord over them, although he could have. He came to serve. Some of the last things Jesus said as he was dying on the cross said about those very same people that were mocking him and put nails in his hands and his feet. This is what he said. He said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Jesus not only forgave them himself, but he asked his Father in heaven, and surely he knew that when he made that request to his Father in heaven that it would be done. He was asking his Father something that he knew would be done, that his Father in heaven would forgive them. Well, the soldiers that saw how Jesus died and the things that he said while he was dying, they made a proclamation after Jesus died. Surely this must be the Son of God. I mean, they had a complete change of heart, which might have meant their very eternity salvation. The ripple effects of forgiveness. When you forgive, understand that you release yourself from a self-imposed prison, but you cause ripple effects in the lives of many, even those who have persecuted, even those who have abused you or offended you or hurt you. that you're setting a chain reaction in play, that maybe even one day that they'll realize what they did and they will ask for forgiveness. And in that, they could be healed and they could have the most abundant life, the more abundant life that Jesus talked about. Much ripple effects to unforgiveness, but also to forgiveness. Be one who forgives. It's in our Father's heart. In the Lord's Prayer, it has a special place. It says, Father, forgive me as I forgive those who have sinned against me. In other words, Father, treat me how I treat those. I'm sure all of us want to be forgiven of every wrong thing that we've done. And we can be through Jesus Christ. He did it for us. He shed his blood on the cross. So if we're forgiven for everything, how could we not, in turn, forgive? That's a message for today. Let's cause some ripples in the world and in the heavenlies, that if there's anyone that you haven't forgiven, and maybe you don't even know, maybe it should come up in a prayer time. Just ask your Father in heaven, Lord, if there's anybody I have not forgiven, bring them to mind and heart so that I may do so. And that's how you change the world. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you. I pray all God's heart for you, the more abundant life that he desires for you. May you leave nothing, Lord, help them to leave nothing on the table of their life, that they would walk in the fullness of everything you desire, Lord, for the hearers and seers of this video. In Jesus' name.